It's 10 days until the election. I'm trying to wrap my head around it a little bit because in the UK, ballot papers are really simple. And in the US, it's a little bit more complicated. How do you approach such an overwhelming array of choices?
You got to really research. I think that's one of the biggest things, right? Every candidate on your ballot, whether it be local, state, or federal, they all have specific duties, and then they all play into these larger bodies. But I think the most interesting part about the American government system is they all intersect and have to work together on certain points. So it is a bit of a learning curve at first, but once you get used to researching your candidates, you'll start to see how you can advocate for change based off of the candidates you pick and the combination of candidates you pick as a slate.
Okay, so I guess it's not as simple as just voting for the president or voting even for the Senate and Congress. It's so let's say if you wanted to vote, for example, representatives that support police reform and ending racial injustice, where on the ballot does that change happen?
That's a great question, right? So it's actually at 3 different levels, right? So if you want to do specific police reform, going back to the precincts in your area, you would have to vote for like the city council, right? When it comes to police reform on the state level, right, you got to do like the sheriffs, right? The sheriffs for the counties.
Right.
And then when you go to the federal level, you can vote in Congress people and going into a president that may want to do those things as part of their platform, right? Because then what happens is you work best when you have people all throughout all levels of government that agree on, they're on the same page, right? Or at least agreeable to some of the same points. In order to achieve racial justice anywhere is you need full support of not just the people in power, but the people who put them in power, right? Because racial justice is a societal change, and it takes more than just voting, but voting is very important. It takes a concerted effort by all citizenry to not just change policy, but to also change hearts, minds, and education.
Right. So making sure that you vote for the right person who passes on these like legislations, right?
Yes, and making sure like they're willing to listen to you when you want to share your opinions about legislation, right? When you talk to elected officials, it just goes down, 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 right? The amount of people that voted just goes down, down, and down, right? You have everybody voting for president, but to your city council, that could be only like a few thousand people. So, right. So of course, we all don't have the number to the president of the United States, right? But it's very easy to get a call to your city council person and even have conversations with them, right? I've had conversations with all my state representatives. We've gotten coffee together. We've spoken at events together. They're actually like really cool people.
Oh, that's amazing. And so what resources do you use to like find all this out, or to like research who's going to be on your ballot or what their voting record is, or how do we get to be friends with these officials?
So when it comes to voting, Ballot Ready is an amazing tool, right? What Ballot Ready will do is that when you type in your information based on your address, it'll give you all the people that are running for to represent your district at each office, right? So that's a great way to learn who's on the ballot. But let's say next January, where everybody's inaugurated, all the information for these candidates are on their website, right? So you could easily just Google, who is my city council person? And there's multiple websites that'll tell you who that person is. And more times than not, you'll get an email and a phone number. Also, what I would say is follow them on Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. Elected officials are getting younger and younger, right?
Yeah.
And that's at all levels, right? I think my state rep from my college campus is only about 6 years older than me, right? And I'm 22, right? So they're all on Instagram now. So you can just follow them on Instagram. Like their pics. Oftentimes, especially if you're an activist, they'll follow you back and like some of your stuff.
That's so great. Yeah, using social media to your advantage. I guess it's so important, especially in this day and age when it's so easily to be connected with people. It's just like, why would you not go to your first point of call and really go to them for the questions that you have and really get it firsthand? So that's an amazing idea, and I've never thought about it like that. But maybe that's something I need to do. Start following some members of parliament here in the UK.
Sometimes it's not enough to ask people to change the laws for you. Sometimes you just need to step up and be the person that makes the laws yourself, right? There's so many young people. I've seen young people as old as 19 in the United States run for office.
Yeah, I guess there is no age limit to, wanting to see change, or no age bracket in the sense of how old you have to be in order to be able to be the big boss, is what I'm saying. I just want to say thank you so much for this chat, and good luck with everything. What you do is super inspiring, and I feel so lucky to have had the opportunity to talk with you. And I'm excited for everyone to watch this, and hopefully, we've made it a little bit more insightful and easy for people to understand how easy and how powerful their vote is, and getting out there and, doing the down ballot races, because it's not all about, the ticking the presidential candidate, but so much more than that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for having me.